Wait, do I get to choose a
And there we
multi-class here?
go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Feast of Dice channel. I'm your DM, Elijah Goodall, pronouns they, them. And this is our weekly Tuesday stream, City of Fortune, where the players don't know what I'm going to do next. And usually, neither do I. But we have a little bit of an exception. Not just for this session, but it might actually be going forward that I do have to do occasionally little bits of prep with this story now to keep all my facts straight, because there's a lot going on. There's a very tangled web occurring at this point. But before we get into the recap, we're leveling up because everyone went from level 2 to now level 3 last time. So as kind of everyone is figuring out their level ups, I'm just going to go in order, and we'll do one of the few things that you do get to do that is kind of like an exciting, which is that I'm going to have everyone roll for their hit points. So I'm going to start, make sure my screens are correct. Dirk, let's start with you. Go ahead and roll me that hit point die.
And that is what? How many? 3d10?
I think it's a D. It's a D8 remember. When you level up for
3d8.
For a bard. No, not even 3d8s, just one.
Okay.
Because you're gonna roll that D8, and in this campaign, I am allowing a single reroll if you roll a 1 on your first roll. If you roll a 1 a second time, then the dice have spoken.
I rolled a 2, so I.
Great. So you get 2 hit points plus your Constitution modifier. What's your Constitution modifier?
+6.
It can't be.
It's that's what it says on my sheet. Let me see.
What's the total? That might be your no, even for a bard it shouldn't be that. What's your total score?
Oh, +2. My bad. I don't know why it said +6 from const, unless that's a hobgoblin feat.
I don't think so. That would be wild.
I don't know. So I'll literally share my screen just to, so it says hit point bonuses +6 from Constitution on my manage hit points. I'll show you. Show you on the not to get in the weeds or anything.
No, it's okay.
You see like
a hobgoblin thing?
+6 from Constitution.
It might +6 from Constitution. I mean, maybe it's just doing, instead of rolling for it, it's just giving you the average which sometimes you could, but we're not. We're rolling dice for hit points in this campaign.
Okay.
If your Constitution
I have-
modifier is 2, you add 2 to it. So basically, you'll get plus
Okay.
4.
Okay.
Plus 4 on this level up.
That's what I assumed. I just saw
yes.
that and I was like, wait, what?
That would, I mean, I'll double check it later after the stream and make sure it's not some crazy hobgoblin thing that I didn't know about. But I think that's how it works. Which that takes us to Makana. So Makana, go ahead and roll your hit point die.
Got 5.
5. Can you roll a D8 as a druid?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
5 is pretty good.
Wait,
You're over
but
average.
I rolled a D8 and I got a 5.
Sweet. Yeah. And then whatever your Constitution modifier is, like that little Constitution number, add that to your 5, and that's how many more hit points you have at this level up.
Okay.
Rupert, I think as a rogue you are also a D8. Go ahead and roll that D8.
It says 3d8. I'm just rolling 1, right?
Yeah, just 1. It means your total hit point, because you're level 3, you would have like 3d8 hit dice, but each time you level up, you just roll 1 of your hit die to like add to your total.
I rolled an 8.
Oh, okay. What's your Constitution modifier?
+3.
Oh my god. So you're adding 11. What does that put your total hit points at for a level 3 rogue? 'Cause that's 11.
I'm having trouble understanding. It says fixed HP 18 HP modifier and then override HP.
So it's whatever your max HP was before, you're going to add 11 to that.
26, I believe. Then I was at 15 before.
Yeah, that's a really good hit point total for a level 3 rogue. Okay, that takes us to Trek, which I think, as a fighter, I believe you're a D10.
Let's see. It says fighter D10, barbarian 3D12.
Are you multi-classing? Are you taking
Yeah.
level in barbarian?
Yeah.
Sweet. So you get a D12 instead of a D10. So yeah, roll a D12 and then add your Constitution modifier to it.
It says +12 from Constitution. I don't think
What's
that's
your
right.
total? Like, what's the total big number?
Like my hit points?
No, for your Constitution. Like, not the little modifier.
Oh,
Like, what's
one second,
your?
one
It'll be in the teens.
second. I currently can't get to that information right now. At least I don't know how to get to that information right now.
It should be. I can't. Are you're using D&D Beyond, right?
Yeah,
Is it, John? Is it in that first page?
because I'm managing my character, so I'm in that page.
Your Constitution.
Yeah, all your ability scores are on that. Should be on that.
You can just
first
go to your
page, right?
character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
hold on.
can just go
I'm
to
trying
your
to get-
character sheet. Yeah.
Trying to get out of like the manage aspect of my character sheet. It won't. Does that make sense? I like opened up to level up.
I'm sure it
now
does
it's-
make it. If I don't ever use D&D Beyond, so I have no idea how to help you navigate it. Maybe
Okay, hold
maybe
on.
I should just learn it so that I can.
I'm gonna refresh. Nope. Fuck. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool. Fuck. How did I get to level 4? Ugh, I fucked up. Okay. So
You're taking some
plus
side
3
quests
is my
Side
and not telling
quests
us?
for sure.
Plus 3 is my constitution.
Okay, sweet. So it's going to be a D12 plus 3.
Okay. Let's do that one. Okay, D12 plus 3. That's fucking 12.
Oh my god.
So 15.
Y'all are going to be some beefy level 3 characters. Yeah, so add 15 to your max hit points.
Nice.
And then Virginia, I think sorcerers are D6, but they might be D8.
Yeah, they're D6.
D6. Yep. So roll a D6 and add your Constitution modifier.
So I rolled a 6.
Oh
Yay.
my god!
And Virginia
That's
has
3 max rolls for hit points on a
yeah.
level up. Crazy.
And I think
And a 2.
and a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 4 to 4 to Constitution, so 10. So I'm at 26
Okay.
hit points.
Cool. Oh my god, that's so high too that's
That is
really
kinda
high
high,
for
yeah.
a sorcerer, actually.
Yeah, it says on D&D Beyond, it says my max possible is 27.
Oh my god.
So I'm up there.
Wow. Yeah.
She's beefy.
Yeah, I mean you're tough. You're tough.
Yeah, she's a tough little
hermit crab.
mademoiselle.
Okay, I'm going to actually, since we haven't done this in a long time, I'm going to let everyone introduce their character real quick and just give me a sentence or two about who you were playing, and then we're going to get into the recap and get into the session. So if we go in alphabetical order, John, tell us a little bit about Dirk.
Hi, my name is Sean, and I'm playing Dirk Legrog. What can be said about Dirk? He's a lover of life. He's pure of heart and soul, and is betwixt by a demon mommy. He is a hobgoblin who originally just wanted to get his songbook back, but things seem to be astray. He's your best bud, and if you break out a joint, he'll definitely smoke it with you. You know, that's just the type of guy he is.
No one smokes alone. Makana, that takes us to you.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and my character is Makana. She is oh my god, what's the name of the? Why is it escaping?
Eladrin.
Eladrin
Yes.
elf, which causes some problems within the town because she's in conflict with the ruling Eladrins. And she has substance abuse problems and is kind of just in it for the role, and is slowly starting to like bond with the party to not betray them. So.
Very nice.
Oh, and I'm a druid. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Kyle, tell us about Rupert.
Hello, I'm Kyle. I'm playing Rupert Thelavlal. He's a Harengon. He was a bare knuckle boxer in the underground of the city. He has gotten in deep with like organized criminals and owes a lot of money to them. So he agreed to help Dirk get a songbook back in order to pay off that debt. And it seems like every chance he gets to like gamble his money, he just doubles up his money, and it doesn't ever seem to be enough. So.
Yeah.
He's in real deep. Yeah, that's Rupert.
Okay. Also, Kyle, tell us about Track.
Track is a half-orc barbarian, 16 years old, filled with a lot of things. Youthful exuberance, the need to prove himself in battle, and the love of his new companions.
Yeah. Okay. And last but certainly not least, tell us about Virginia.
Hello, bonsoir, mes amis. My name is Max, and I play the character Virginia Slim. She's a chain-smoking horde crab sorceress with a French Parisian accent. She has a proclivity towards flame magic because that's just comes naturally to her from lighting and rolling her cigarettes, of which she is a massive connoisseuress. It is probably one of the biggest drives of her character is the collection and experiencing of just about anything that she can roll into a cigarette. but she also has a complex history, one that I'm not even sure she can quite remember. But um, she does like to dress up from time to time, and it triggers something about her past. We're still discovering that, so there's a lot of complexity and chaos um, with Virginia. She also likes to roll around in blood.
as as any wild magic sorcerer, of course, we're just
Yes,
to see what there is to be gotten, sort of like sticking your hand under the couch cushions and trying to see what you can fish out.
that's her.
Um, I'm gonna do the recap, and it's gonna take a second because when we left last time, the party had, after just kind of a series of one event after the next, ended up in a it's a not a nightclub, but rather a particular joint known as, oh my god, what did, oh, I believe we called Hot Jelly. Shortly after a performance by one of the dancers there, where it was all love and jelly here, the party, hearing some suspicious noises, snuck down a staircase at the back of the. I should also mention that this particular establishment is in the Underfire, or the infernal realm that kind of lies beneath the city of Gavere. But sneaking down those stairs, following some suspicious noises, you all found acquaintance of the party, the illithid figure Marlborough, down there, seeming to attempting to harvest or get something out of an enormous sleeping cyclops. I mean, truly gargantuan, down here underneath the club, in the Underfire. And on a most unfortunate nat 1 stealth check track, you woke up the sleeping cyclops only for mere seconds before the cyclops was just immediately kind of went back to sleep. That was enough for something incredibly drastic to happen, because all of you now find yourselves with all your current memories of the last, I should say, maybe week or so of your adventures together, and the last 2 years of your life up until that point. However, you are all now in your bodies and in a time that passed 2 years ago. So you've sort of done this jump back into your bodies. Dirk, we found you just outside the green room preparing for kind of your biggest show to date at the time with Robin Golden before you separated ways. And after hearing a conversation outside the green room door where Robin was being asked if they would like to take on a project with the exception that you would not be involved, you heard them, ask some questions about that. I don't believe we heard whether or not Robin was going to take the offer without you, but you went into the green room believing that Robin Gold would not betray your trust and certainly would not betray the music. And that is where we left Dirk, preparing for certainly your biggest show to date at, I didn't talk about the shows last time, but you are, Dirk, preparing to play Quatchfest in the Golden Vale, a pretty large music festival that takes place and takes up a pretty large plot of real estate in the Golden Vale. Makana, you were put 2 years back and came to in that moment where unfortunately you had days and days of sort of hazy study and putting things together, and a lit cigarette in your hand as you fell asleep burned down not just your home, but all of your research from the last decades. You're losing family mysteries, things that you had, like puzzles that you would just sort of begin to tease at the edges of. And you are back in this moment, like outside your house. It's actively finishing burning to the ground. I'm going to leave Rupert for last because Rupert's was a little different. Track, we left you 2 years ago outside overlooking the Golden Veil from the Tor family estate, talking with your father, who had informed you that one day soon this would all be yours to inherit and manage as you see fit. But, you know.
My father, Mufasa.
Yeah, you're Mufasa Tor? Yeah, sure, we'll go with it. I didn't have another
No,
name,
what was it
so...
before? No, it was something else. It was
Did we have a name?
John Deere.
There was,
Yeah, it was something John Deere.
There was a John Deere. That was not your father.
Okay.
But we left you there. I will also say something else we didn't mention, but Track, you were, I think, this is 2 years ago, so you're in your 14-year-old body now, but for a half-orc, I cannot be more clear about this. 14 is 18 for half-orcs, and we are going to like canonize that and establish it now in this particular fantasy world, and it is very important given some of Track's proclivities that we do so. So, Track,
Smart.
you are a senior at Golden Vale High. And I should also mention something that we didn't at the end of the last session, but today's the big game.
No.
Today's the big game. What game? Well, we don't know yet, but it is the day of the big game.
It's field ball.
It's field ball. Everyone's favorite, field ball. I should also mention one other thing. Like
Slaughter ball.
Yeah, the Tor family. that's like the college version of field ball.
Yeah.
I should mention the Tor family estate being certainly the largest, and your family one of the wealthiest and most important in the district of the Golden Vale. A large part of your property you donate every year to host Quatchfest. Track. So even though it is the day of the big game, there's also a lot of excitement in the air as the festivals, this whole like 3-day long music festival is getting ready
Oh my
to
God, I
start.
love, what was it? Quatchfest?
Tonight, yeah, Quatchfest.
Quatch.
Shortly after
The Quatch.
shortly after the field ball game.
We bring the Quatch.
We bring the Quatch. Here's the Quatch.
Yeah, you kind of, I'm established right now. You kind of, Track, you hear like this sort of, you're tuned into the little like arcane, we'll still call it a radio station, but they sort of like broadcast from a small nearby tower throughout the Golden Vale as
You're
they're
listening to the Quatch FM.
Yeah.
Where
Which
the radio comes from the weed itself.
And you sort of hear you're just kind of like background listening as you've got this stone in your pocket on the way to the big game.
This next song's a big hit. It's called You Better Eat Your Wheaties.
You better eat your Wheaties.
You better eat your Wheaties.
Virginia.
Grow up big and strong.
Yes.
When we left
we
you, one of the other wild things, I went back. I did have to go back, like stepping outside the session for a second. I did have to go back and watch like the last 20 minutes of that session because it's been 2 weeks since we've done one. And I made up so many wild things that I had to be like, okay, I have to like tie these all in and remember them, make them make sense. One of the things that got established that we had not yet in the lore of this world, Virginia, is that Horcrabs, you're one of the older Horcrab, like you're 20, or you were 20, now you're back in your 18-year-old body. But we established that while Horcrabs rarely live past 20, you mature at the same rate as a human. So as opposed to Track, who is 14, but Track's 18, you are truly back in your 18-year-old hermit crab body.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Love that.
most Horcrabs don't live past their teenage years. So, I mean, you've already gone to, like, not to be too grim, but you've already gone to, a dozen Hokrub funerals from, kind of different friends and kids that you went to school with just in the last 6 months.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that Hokrub funerals, they happen so like there's nothing terribly tragic inherent in the short lifespan of a Hokrub just because it's how it is for everyone. And usually they kind of try and lighten the mood, like, immediately following the funeral, there is a shell auction for the Hokrub that died, and people can, bid on the shells, and you can kind of come up in the world at these shell auctions. So there's, oftentimes at funerals, there will be a very kind of strict guest list because, they don't want people crashing the funeral just to get on the shell auction afterwards, even if they don't know the Hokrub in question.
I like that.
Yeah, we left you, Virginia, for the first time rolling one of your cigarettes and infusing successfully your wild magic into it and creating a ring of fire 60 feet tall around your house. So certainly there was very visible evidence that this had worked.
Wow.
And I should mention one other thing that we didn't at the end. Virginia, you have tickets along with your friends to Quatchfest in the Golden
Wow.
Vale, and this will have been like the one time that you've ever kind of been outside of the sewer or just Old Town District.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of
I
that.
love that for little
Yeah.
Virginia.
Oh, and Rupert, yours. There was a particular thing because while everyone else was back in a moment that they had already experienced, but with their memories of the last 2 years, Rupert, you came back to a moment 2 years ago where shortly after a tragic accident in a bare knuckle boxing fight where one of, if not your most dearest friend, who was your opponent, was unfortunately killed when you hit a little bit too hard, and he wasn't looking for a hit. And we found you making your a deal that we had referenced at various points in the campaign, but we found you making that sort of legendary deal with Ameloth to bring his soul back in exchange for a truly ludicrous amount of gold. One that I think in the 2 years kind of leading from the deal up until we were at, you probably started to come to realize, you were perhaps going to be permanently in Ameloth's death. Like there was no real way to pay this debt back, regardless of all the good fortune Rupert has happened to roll himself into, because you have done very well on a lot of your gambling rolls. The difference in your case, Rupert, is that at the end of making this deal, all your memories come back into your younger body. You looked and you saw a path out of Ameloth's club that led to the Golden Vale and the Seer's Tower. And a cryptic message was delivered to you by the Council of Taphos, the sort of collection of rotting sentient apples that live in your bag, and have all become pretty powerful arcane figures. And Rupert, I think the one thing that, like, you are waking up, you are like almost as if from a dream, you are waking up in this moment. You're not in the Seer's Tower, but you are in a field in the Golden Vale, just outside of Quatchfest, which is being set up. And actually, I do need to change our background. There it is to the Golden Vale. One thing before, like, that was some hefty catch up to get us back to like everything that happened and where we are. I'm going to have everyone else do one more thing. Because everyone kept your memories from the last 2 years, so you're aware of everything that has happened up until this point, but you are now in a body 2 years younger and in a world that is 2 years younger in moments that you all recall. But of course, now you're back in this, so you have agency to do whatever you want. I'm going to have everyone make a roll to see how much of their... A lot of you have gotten like various kind of magic items or artifacts or things throughout the campaign. I'm going to make all of you roll to see if your will or your consciousness was powerful enough to retain those items and bring them back with you. And we're going to do this in order, starting with Dirk. So Dirk, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. 18.
Dirk, you've still got all your stuff.
Yes, my double-necked loot.
Your double-necked
loot.
Yeah. Robin, I think, looks up like you're kind of back in the green room preparing, and Robin sees you walk back into the green room with this double-necked loot and doesn't say anything, but just kind of like gives you an approving nod. Mikana,
I know, dude. It's pretty sick.
give me a wisdom saving throw.
A 9.
Mikana on a 9. You're gonna get to keep all your standard. I'm not going to rob you of that. Mikana, you're standing outside your house while it is burning down, and I think just instinctively your hand goes to your hip where you had sort of kept your family's vintage stowed there. That bottle that had an incredibly notable and sort of unidentifiable scent that when you saw that Cyclops, you matched to the Cyclops. The bottle's gone. Rupert, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Four.
He's naked.
Damn. A 4's not great. What was the actual roll on the die? Was it
2?
2? Ruben, I'm going to give you a tough choice. In this moment, like, it's so the amount of disorientation you would experience having 2 years of memories, but then all of a sudden being back in a moment, especially for you, Rupert, that you did remember up until this point and now you don't remember, but like clearly you are not where you were. You don't know what is going on. Would Rupert have tried to hold on to the gold or the oyster knife?
The gold.
Oyster knife gone, but you've still got your gold.
All right.
Pouch is still heavy at your side. Track.
But Rupert have everything else though.
Anything that's I don't think I'd given out a lot of magic items so far in this campaign.
What about the goose ring?
Goose ring is gone, actually. Yeah, no way on a 4 you get to keep that. Goose ring is fucking toast.
No! No!
Goose ring is gone. Yeah, because you did have the goose ring. Dirk didn't have the goose ring, unfortunately. Track, give me a wisdom saving throw.
I also got an 18.
18 Track. I don't quite remember what I had given. Whatever you have.
I didn't really have anything, I think.
just like a plucky attitude and a not so hidden love for tentacles, which you still possess.
Yeah, Virginia, I can't see anything that I got.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
18.
Kind of crazy for 3 to like 18, but
I'll show you my screen.
Yeah, no, that's wild.
I still have my
Virginia. you've still got your full inventory, all those wild magics, including I think the ones that you got from the Marlborough Man.
Wow.
And did you? I can't
Nice.
remember. Did you got some from the tea house too, right? You
Yeah,
got a couple.
from
Yeah,
what's her name?
that from
Some
the
yeah,
old
I forget
tortoise
her
lady.
name. Yeah,
Uh,
the old tortoise lady. Yeah,
yeah.
I think I got 6, and now I'm down to 3
Okay. Cool.
on those.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
I don't know if the old tortoise lady. That was one of the few things that I wrote down in the session notes is that old tortoise lady's name is Helena Terrapin, but I don't know if
Helena Terrapin.
I don't know if we
I don't
said
know
it
either.
in any of the other sessions. She only showed
All
up
right.
once, so.
She did.
And that is where we've done all that work. We're back to our points. I'm going to start as we're bringing you all together. Dirk, you are getting ready to you have all your memories still, but you are back in this moment, and you're here in the green room. Robin sort of got over the last year or so of you playing together, Robin has become kind of increasingly private, and so while you still see each other in the green room, some coming and going, Robin will definitely go take time for himself, kind of in the last hour leading up to the show, and you usually just don't see Robin until you walk onto stage. Where's Dirk's head's at? Where's your head at right now? Back here in the green
Dirk,
room.
Whirlwind, remembers the party, remembers all the events that happened, remembers that now they're 20 years old, and that sucks, but whatever. And remembers that Robin likes to take time for himself, but in his mind he goes, man, fuck that, and he goes and knocks on the door for where Robin's at.
Cool. You go and knock on Robin's door. Silence for a moment. You hear some rustling. Come in.
I just go in. I immediately go, what's
Dirk.
up, man? Hey.
Yes. Good to see you. You're feeling all right, but I know sometimes bigger shows like this, you've gotten the jitters a little bit. How are you feeling?
No, I'm feeling pretty good, man. Hey,
Okay.
I just I know you like your time before your show, but I want to ask you something real quick before we play.
Ask away.
What happened to us, bro? What happened? I know what you're thinking. I know. Is it something I did? Is there a reason you want to go solo? What did I do, man?
No,
And why do you want to take my songbook, bro? We can fix this.
For one of the first times in your roll me an insight check real quick, Dirk.
Insight. 16.
16. For one of the first times in your relationship, you're seeing kind of Robin, there's no, it's about this beautiful, sort of Black Panther tabaxi, deep golden eyes, and kind of a lot of gold, a lot of gold trim, in the tunic that he's wearing, 2 little gold hoop earrings, and a little
we
gold
used to dress the
septum
same, man. Now you look cool, and I look like a pirate hooker. I thought we were our style was
you're being
similar.
Too hard
You're
on
just
yourself, really. Listen, and Dirk, for the first time in your relationship, you see, Robin Golden is not about to spin you a yarn. There was a moment where he opened his mouth and he was about to do, but you saying the thing that you said about going solo, I think you see those golden eyes go wide, and in that moment, Robin knows, hey, it wasn't a quiet conversation the other person was having with him on the other side of that green room door. Knows that you heard. Dirk, you have to know, first and foremost, this whole thing between us started out as a friendship, and I value what you bring. What I value what you bring to the table. I've always thought of us as an equal parts collaboration. We're beginning to hit a point where we're really drawing a lot of interest, and with that interest comes potential for all kinds of think about your parents back home. Think about the Erks district. How much of a difference you could make if you came up in the world a little bit.
Well, yeah, man. I want to do that with you, but it seems like I want to stick to my roots still and remember where I came from. And look, you're right. This did start as a friendship. I remember just jamming in my house when we were younger, doing the sleepovers. You would say how gross my mom's cooking was, but we were poor. I get it. But like,
she did always make those like wax and jelly sandwiches, and I couldn't. The texture. Listen, I know you grew up with them, so it's a whole different thing. If you have a nostalgic food that you had when you were a kid, but it doesn't work the same.
Oh, it's disgusting, but I love it. But the point is, look, I want to be known as one of the greatest musicians in all the lands, all the city. But I want to do that with somebody who wants to do that with me, and I think. I think you might be more into like the look of it than the actual art of it. And I don't say that like mean, but I guess it is pretty mean now that I'm talking out loud. But look, man, if you want to do the solo thing, I've had so much time to think about it, and a lot of things have changed in my life since I last saw you. So like if you want to do it, then let's fucking make this show the best show we've ever played together. And if you really want to go solo, but if you have a fun time and the joy is back when we play together today, then maybe reconsider. But if you're gonna do it, you got to do it on your own and not with my music.
Give me a persuasion check, Dirk.
Thanks to the third level, because I made persuasion my expertise. 26. I get a +8 to persuasion now.
God. Robin takes a moment. Dirk, if there's one thing that I've always appreciated about you, it's been your honesty. You've given me a lot to think on. For now, this is Quatchfest. Are you kidding? Quatchfest. We're playing Quatchfest. This is huge. Let's just focus on making it the best show we possibly can, and I'll give you my decision after.
Oh yeah, I got a new song today too, man, and it's gonna fucking rip.
Okay.
I left a little space in there to do your solo thing that you're really good at. Do your vocal solo, your lute solo. Like, you'll know the moment when it comes, and that's your moment to shine.
I thought maybe I could do the little number with the flute, in the third, kind of that first third of the set where it leads into, we've got the rhythm thing going.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. You know the vibes, man. Like, you're a vibe curator, brother. All right, just remember this too. And I give him a hug, and I'm like, I love you, no matter what. And I'm like, but if you steal my book, I'll know. And
I think like Dirk, as you go to walk out, Robin opens a drawer and pulls out your song, like has your songbook, pulls it out of a drawer. Dirk, wait a moment. Sorry, you forgot this in the green room. I was just worried there were a lot of people walking around, and I didn't want it to get lost. Dirk,
I grab it and I look at him and I'm like, I know you're always looking after me. I know.
there's some really good stuff in there, Dirk. Some
Thanks,
really
man.
good stuff.
You inspired a lot of it.
All right. All right. All right, brother, let's get out there and play the best damn show of our careers. Quatchfest.
Quatchfest. Let's get Quatch, brother.
Yeah. We leave as you are like exiting the green room. The start date of the show looming ever closer. God, who we going to next? I think next we're gonna go to Virginia next. Virginia, you are. What does Virginia feel like? You are looking outside of your house. That ring of fire is like burning around the house right now, and then you see your sending stuff like this little, blue. You've got blue for friends, red for parents, which doesn't ring anymore because both your parents are dead by now. You're 18 years old. There's really, truly no other way. Like, I think for the canon that we've established, which is that Horcrabs, you've got a very small window of procreation for Horcrabs. And so the fact that it is a true miracle. But I will say when a Horcrab like does procreate, they lay like 200 eggs. So really all it takes is a couple successful parents fresh out of high school every generation to keep the big old wheel spinning.
Yeah.
But Virginia, your sending stone lights up little blue rune, kind of like casts its light in the room, opposing the roaring firelight outside as that circle of flame begins to die down. And you just see a little like spells out in common like above as you get a little text from the friend group text like, Virginia, are you on your way? Like they're all waiting for you at the exit to the sewers, closest way they can get to the Golden Veil.
Yeah. I guess Virginia also has like a little like memory moment because she's remembering the sneaking down into the lair or whatever and all of the events and all of her friends, and then she's like looking at the ring of massive fire, and then she sees the text and she's like, today it is Quatchfest. And she immediately remembers, unbeknownst to her player, what happened this day. Yes, and she's feeling she's feeling like a little anxious at seeing the text, but I mean, she looks at her case of cigarettes and she's like, well, if I have to do this all over again, I will. It is no big deal. And then she texts her friends or sending stones back her friends something like, I'll be there very soon. I'm just putting on my my dress. And then she starts to get ready and
we do have to know what Virginia's dress looks like for Quatchfest. What's that fit?
God. What's the vibe of Quatchfest? Okay, so it's definitely a two-piece.
It's a sundress.
As a hermit crab, I do have to know where does the second piece go? Is it covering some pedipalps? Is it what's?
It just hangs out on the shell.
Say biscuit.
It drapes over the shell, so.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, there's like a little top, and it's flowy chiffon purple. And I guess it's less like a two-piece, it's more like a bow or something that you just affix onto the shell.
I love it.
Did you say two-piece chiffon?
Yeah.
Okay. She's delicate.
It's whatever you can find in these 2
Yeah.
Chiffon. Wow.
Hey, maybe
God, I
it
have
came
to.
from the veil
Yeah, it's definitely it's giving Maid Marian. It's
a
giving
little
Maid
bit,
Marian
yeah.
at this point. Well, Virginia, you get dressed and you head out to meet up with your friends, and what was the first time, but now I guess the second time in your life to head to
Mm,
Quatchfest.
yeah.
Um, uh, Rupert, you are waking up in this field, in this space. Like you can see that. I think roll me a history check real quick to see if I don't think Rupert just by default knows about Quatchfest. It's not really. It wouldn't really be something that's big on your radar. I don't think.
13.
13. Okay, 13 is good enough, Rupert. I think you don't know a lot about the history of Quatchfest, but you do know about Quatchfest. So I think in this moment, waking up in this field, not that far in the distance, you can see like the tents already set up. Crowds of people are already
You know
gathered
about
here.
its gambling. It's
Rupert,
famous. It's famous for its
Rupert,
gambling.
Rupert knows about Quatchfest. Basically, amounts to like lots of patchouli, lots of like steampunk.
Oh my
Uh,
God, so
a,
much.
a lot of sons and daughters of weapons manufacturers and mercenary band leaders.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of kind of the
You know,
VIPs will
yeah,
be up in those sort of like airships, like about like hover, like kind of and like just
yeah,
watching Quatchfest through a large kind of arcane screen on their airship. Yeah, got a lot of fucking wild things I'm canonizing in this first 30 minutes.
the worst people you know.
Yeah, yeah. I think I mean, for no, I don't want to do this joke because I think it's already been done before. I How do I change it? I think that there is just like an old curmudgeonly like the inventor of airships, and airships haven't really taken off yet, and they're definitely for the elite. But there is just like this kind of crusty bald eagle like sort of like like we're talking like a bald eagle Aarakocra named Elon Crust that is the inventor of all these airships. Or says he's the inventor, but is really just like the spoiled figurehead of a company that that's really all the effort is with the laborers.
His parents
So-
owned a astral ruby mine on the edge of town.
Astral Ruby mine
Yeah.
at the yeah. No, I like that. I like that enough that that's going in the notes. Astral Ruby mine. God, this web is getting wilder and wilder. Rupert, where's Rupert's head at right now? You're waking up outside this festival. You have the memory of the last 2 years, but now you're back in this moment. I think you got a high enough roll, like too. Even though this memory things have changed. Obviously, you didn't find this strange arcane path to the Seer's Tower immediately after making your deal with Amaleth. You didn't fall asleep in and then wake up in this field outside Quatchfest, so something is different. You got high enough on your roll. Not only do you have the last 2 years of your memories, but something is different, and you are back in time. So you've got like kind of the full knowledge that you as a player also have.
Yeah, like Rupert's like coming to in a field, and the first thing he looks for is the gold, and he's like, oh my. Looks for the oyster shucker, can't find it. Fuck. Looks for the silliest goose ring, can't find it. Double fuck. Kind of hears the commotion and music, crowds gathering, smell of foods wafting through the air, and Rupert just kind of goes, "Am I at fucking Quatchfest?"
Kind of like a tan hobgoblin walking by you, sort of wearing like some threadbare like holes in the shirt, and definitely like a big old hole in the loafers, so like a toe is sticking out, ears flopped over, is walking by you. Oh yeah, hey man, you coming to Quatchfest too?
Not voluntarily.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, do you like have a ticket though? Like I'm looking to score You got like an extra ticket?
Um,
I got a lot. I don't have a lot. I'll let you know up front. I don't have a lot of gold, but I've got some rations in here. I think some dried meat, and I got a couple 2.5 cigarettes. And I got some. I'll split these mushrooms with you. You got an extra ticket? I'll split these mushrooms with you.
Rupert's gonna tell him, I don't have a ticket, but I can procure some for us. If
Oh
you're willing to
yeah,
uphold
totally,
your
man,
part of the deal.
totally.
All right,
Cool.
Rupert's gonna go try and find some unassuming like concert goers and try and like cop tickets off of them and try and
Yeah.
get in.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
24.
24.
Man, if you were a goose, you could just fly in.
Yeah, very, very inconspicuously. Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you right now what this scene is, but a 24 is plenty good enough to get Rupert. So, Rupert, are you coming back to where that hobgoblin was, or are you just taking the tickets and going in?
I have him come with me. How far away are we from like other people? I thought we were pretty far away and we were gonna like walk for a little bit. But
Yeah, I think to get like again, there's already a pretty big crowd there, but there are like still throngs of people showing up. So you're a 45-minute walk from like the main part of the festival, but you are kind of like in the camping areas. It's 3 days long, so people
right.
come and they crash on the grounds and.
All right. Rupert's a thief, but he's a thief with conviction, so he's not going to steal it from somebody who looks like they had to like actually work to get here. He's going to try and find the richest, douchiest, like, just rich boys, rich girls that he can find and just swipe it off them.
This is good. This is good. Give me a perception check too, actually, then to go along with that sleight of hand check.
Somebody say Trek's name.
Did you say a 13?
13.
Okay. That hobgoblin is in tow with you. Rupert, I'm going to tell you the group of people that you like find after we are going to cut over to track. It is the like last pitch of the big game here. You are at bat. Go ahead as like the wind up happen. This like orc with a pretty big like underbite, like so big, but kind of like a crooked tooth, so that like one almost like goes up his nostril on the other side. And he's got kind of like that early like barely kind of seeding in like 14-year-old, but for our purposes 18-year-old, like sort of that like little sparse mustache coming in underneath.
He's not so tough.
Yeah, underneath the underbite, as he sort of like lowers the hat down, winds up.
Can I call a timeout?
Yeah, sure. You call a timeout, and you go over to your coach, who I think is we'll introduce another one. I think who is also a Harengon, like Rupert. He's sort of brown, like peppery whiskers, one ear that's kind of like bent over, an eye that you're not sure if something happened to the eye, but he never really does open one eye quite all the way. As you call a timeout and walk back over to the dugout to, I guess, get a moment and talk with Coach Schnapps over here. So Schnapps is going to look, what's the matter out there, Trek?
I don't know, Coach Schnapps.
Nervous? A lot at stake here today.
I just think that we need a pep talk for the entire team before we can really bring this home.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, it's, definitely, it's my job. That's why I'm here. Give you boys, all right, everyone gather around. You see, gets that little huddle going. In the dugout, and kind of like lights the timeout fire, which is basically a ring of fire that just surrounds the dugout. And when the fire dies down, that means the timeout is over. So as he just sort of smashes this lantern on the ground and it lights up and you begin your timeout. All right, boys, bring it in. Now listen,
I know all of you are coming into this game. You got the stresses. What do you got? You got boyfriends. You got girlfriends. You got, you know, just friends. You got platonic relationships, romantic
And that's
relationships.
when
You got
that's
your
when
parents'
Track
hopes
interrupts.
riding on you.
Yeah.
Track interrupts, and he's just like, "I got this, coach."
Okay. All right. Yeah. No. By all means. This style player. By all means. Yeah. It's. Let's hear it.
All right, guys. Now, I know that you think that we got here by working as a team, but it's something deeper than that. We got here because of me. Sorry. Now, Johnson, I like the cut of your jib, and I want you to know that when I hit that ball and I go around that bale of hay and I do the dance of the scarecrow to win us this game, I'm gonna take all my money that my parents give to me for no reason. And I'm gonna take your girlfriend on a date. Because I can do that. So now that you've heard me brag a little bit,
Oh my god.
I just want to I just want to say that I'll probably forget all of you after this. So please don't contact me in the future for any payments.
Give me a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
4.
Oh my fucking god.
4. No, sorry, a 7.
Kids,
No, disadvantage.
just no one speaks up, Track, because you're part of the Tor family and they all know what the deal is. But the amount of wind that you have sucked out of the sails of your team, like Johnson's just sort of like over in the corner, like, fuck. I knew it wasn't gonna last. Coach Schnaps looks over at you. Yeah, well, thanks. You know, the fire's dying down. Timeout is over. Yeah, all right. Well, get back up there at the at-bat, and I guess, nowhere to go from here but up.
You're welcome.
Yeah, as you head up there, there's like a little goblin bat boy that hands you a bat. I believe in you, Track. You're gonna do great. You gotta hit that. You're gonna do the scarecrow dance. I just know it.
Track pushes him with the end of his bat.
Oh fuck! My hernia. God,
14-year-old Track is a monster. Is a fucking monster.
Truly, 2 years of experience. You're going back to your 14-year-old body and Track. You are right back as like a senior in high school, top man on campus. Just.
It was so soon. You know, when you go back to your family only after being away for like 2 years and you revert to exactly who you were, this is what's happening.
Yeah. Go ahead. This is gonna be a contested roll. It's basically you get to make an attack roll. With proficiency and everything. So just make it with. I think you use an axe. You just make it with your axe's like attack roll.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make it contested. Hold on. I will tell you what you have to meet or beat to hit this ball.
Okay.
It's just a 12. So give me an attack roll that's 12 or higher.
Come on, bitch. It's a 6.
First, strike.
Oof. Fuck. All right, let's do it again. 11.
Ooh, an 11. I will roll. I'll tell you that the pitcher with the like snaggle tusk that's going up the nose and the little sparse mustache gets a +4 to this roll. So it's got to be a 7 or lower on the die for you to hit this. That's a 19 on the die. And it is
Holy
your
shit.
second strike, which famously, as we all know in the rules of field ball, it is 2 strikes and you're out. Track, you see the ball coming. Pure and utter confidence. Like, just almost like closing your eyes. What does Track do, like, gearing up for the second?
Sorry.
You absolutely, you're just going to
I
fucking crank
closed my
this.
eyes, yeah. This fucker closes his eyes.
You close your eyes and just swing straight down into the straight down to the ball. Strike 2, and Track. Immediately, your team just begins like just the other team is celebrating. Your team just sort of begins like dispersing. It immediately starts raining, and I think 2 minutes later, like you are out here, just a small rain cloud, kind of localized, just probably like over this area of the field. It's not ruining Quatchfest or anything, but we just see Track standing here, kind of like holding the bat alone on the field, rain pouring down. Where's Track's head at right now?
He's wondering who said strike 2 because he needs to beat somebody up.
You think back. Give me a perception check.
Is he willing to fight the umpire?
Yeah, he
Who's
is.
no longer there?
10.
Understandable.
On a 10, probably the umpire. I mean, maybe the other coach, like maybe hell, for all you know, like Coach Snap saw it happen and like called the strikeout and the umpire just nodded. It's hard to tell who called it, but you know that everyone like would have been going to Quatchfest. That's why the big game was today. It's sort of like the homecoming version is you know that whoever the fuck they are, they're gonna be at Quatchfest.
Quatched. I was quatched before Quatchfest.
Yeah. Where's Track? Are you headed to Quatchfest then to go settle this?
I don't think Trek can show his face at Quatchfest right now.
Where's Track headed?
Trek's gonna go buy a poetry book to write poetry for the first time. Because this is the
Yeah.
first time he's never won anything.
Quatch, you head out. Yeah, because I think famously the first time the big game happened, you did hit that home run. So things are different this time. This time around, you head out to go buy a poetry book at one of the nearby villages in the Golden Vale. There's kind of one like right on the edge of where Quatchfest is happening. As you walk out, little goblin bat boy, unnoticed to you on a 10 perception check, just still sort of like standing near your dugout, just watches you go and just sort of like hangs his head to in the rain. Oh, don't worry, Track, I believe in you. And you head to the poetry shop. Last of all, Makana, you are standing outside the actively burning ruins of your family home. Wine bottle is not there as you were taking this all in, and sort of like the last 2 years of memories back now in this time and place. What's going through Makana's head?
I'm thinking about just like running away from it, but because that's what I did in the past. But at this point, I'm gonna like try to like stay there and like kind of like walk around to see like if there's anything left over, if there's anything. I mean, it pretty much looks like everything's in cinders, but I'm just gonna kind of take a peek around.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
$14.
14. On a 14, you're looking around, kind of you don't find much except, and because you're kind of like skirting the, like headed around to the other side of the house, you know, there's still, those embers are coming down in the air. Sort of at this point, everyone like nearby, and this, correct me if I'm wrong, but this would have been still in the Eladrin district, right? In Nisette, like
Yeah.
you didn't,
Mhm.
kind of like
It was
there's
kind of like in like it's like a cloister kind of area, like
Yeah.
like near like a other like where other like places of study kind of are.
Yeah. I mean, Makana, you remember clearly this moment, like after the investigation at your house happens and they realize it was your fault, that because there are some like nearby little spaces in this place where like other places burned down too, other research was lost other than just your own. And after the investigation occurred and it was traced back to like your carelessness, this is the moment that you know, already having kind of run away from it anyway, but you also got a notification that you were not going to be allowed back, not just to the cloister, but into Niset at all. And as you know, there's a lot of other people here kind of gathered around, like looking on. The fire's contained, so it's not, no other structures are actively in danger, but there's those, you know, the embers floating down, and there's no more smoke billowing out, stinging your eyes. It's kind of all dissipated as the last little like bits of crackling come to a stop. And as you come around to the other side of the house, you see they're just kind of like caught in the roots of a tree nearby. You see a little scrap of paper blowing in the wind. Pick it up. It is a recipe, a family recipe. Nothing that you would have ever clocked as terribly important, because it's not for any like alchemical mixture. It is not like a translation of some ancient scroll. It's just your mother's family recipe for tea cakes written here, just sort of like caught, must have like, you know, gone out of draft in the window before the whole house had been taken. And as you're sitting here holding this, you hear a voice from behind you.
Oh, looks like something survived after all. What do you have there, dear?
Seems like nothing to be that important, but something that could maybe cheer me up a little bit.
Oh,
Mikana, if you're looking at the source of the voice, you see kind of coming up behind you and has to get on like tiptoes to even like be close to seeing over your shoulder. You recognize the old tortoise woman, like that big, long, like broad nose, the poofy gray hair, the shell on her back. Helena Terrapin is sort of like trying to peek over.
oh, a recipe for tea cakes. Lovely, lovely, dear.
I don't know when I'm gonna have a chance to cook them. I mean, now that the fire's out, I don't think I can really stay here that much longer, and it's not like I can use the fire to help me cook them, so.
Oh, well, it seems a little bit macabre to cook an old family recipe on the ruins of your house. Tell me, how do you feel about sharing a batch of those tea cakes if someone perhaps had an oven nearby you could borrow?
Why not? What else is there to lose at this point tonight?
Mikana, give me an insight check real quick.
$12.
On a 12, you see a spark in Helena Terrapin's eye. 12 is not high enough to know exactly what's going on, but you see that Helena Helena is, it's a tone in her voice. She's not speaking to you as a stranger. And as she, you know, if you follow her to her head, she kind of like takes a couple bit and begins to follow like a path through the trees that you've been here a long time and you are very familiar with the grounds. You've never seen this path before. Turn here. Helena disappears behind a tree. You have to hurry to catch up, and then she disappears again.
Oh, just this way, dear, just a little bit further.
I'm gonna keep following her.
Yeah. Couple more turns, and you see there is just this small little kind of like thatched hut that just sort of like the roof slopes over so low that the roof pretty much touches the ground at the edges. Little door, you see warm kind of candlelight glowing from within out the little tiny circular pane glass windows. And she opens the door, and you get that same familiar smell that you got from the tea house when you went below deck on that boat, just sort of wafting out.
Well, come on then. Let's get those cakes a cooking.
Yeah, I'm gonna help her cook. I'm not even gonna see if this is ill-willed, because at this point, like, why not?
Yeah. You go in and you start cooking. You're following an old family recipe. I'm not going to make you, you know how to make these tea cakes in your sleep. It's honestly, you probably didn't even really need the recipe. But it's comforting to have anyway and look and like see your mother's handwriting there as you go through every step that you already have memorized. Rupert, getting back to that, God, there's so many things to like weave you all back together now into this moment. Rupert, you are you had a 13 perception check, if I'm not mistaken, on like trying to track down. Rupert, you are like combing through the crowd looking for someone. A lot of people that seems like are of a similar maybe economic class to your hobgoblin friend here. On 13 perception, it's hard to tell. You know, there could be a lot of pretenders here. There could certainly be some people of greater means that are sort of like dressing down to play their part here at Quatchfest. The most well-off people that you do see is you see like a small. It's important to mention you don't see anyone familiar in this moment, but you do see a small group of like Hokribs, and they're just kind of like blinged out to the nines. Like some of them are wearing like beautiful gold bangles on their little claws. It's a lot of money. They all seem to be like teenagers, and they're all just kind of like laughing and like talking to like each other here. And I mean, certainly like of means, and they are definitely easy marks. And I mean, our 24 sleight of hand, like if you're choosing to, you can get 2 tickets off them, no problem.
Yeah, the more Rupert, like grew up, crowd killing kids at shows in the sewers for like 2 gold pieces. So anybody here is fair game. So yeah, we're gonna do it.
Okay. Virginia, having left your group for a few moments just to use like the little crabs room before you headed through the gates, you come back to join with your group. And as you're sort of approaching, you're approaching the main gates here, you see a large orc is, taking tickets, there's sort of like, this is the security checkpoint for Quatchfest to enter the actual festival grounds and not just the camping grounds. You see 2 of your friends going first, like go to put their hands in, or their claws, I should say, in their little purses, and they don't have their tickets. You have yours, Virginia. Does Virginia stay out here with her friends, or do you head in anyway?
Has she seen Rupert at all?
You have not, for you were in the little crabs room when Rupert robbed the rest of your friends.
Let's see. I mean, I feel like
there's like 5
Virginia...
of you here, so it would be 2 of your friends not getting in, and then the other 3 of you like getting in. But you can see that your friends just like the the little stock just absolutely crestfallen.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything like stand out about these particular friends? Like,
give me insight checks, or just a general insight check for your friend group here.
Okay, I feel. Okay, let's see. General insight, 18.
18. With the exception, Virginia, of your best friend Patricia, who I think given memory, like Patricia. If Patricia's life goes the way that it had gone, Patricia's got about 6 months left. But
wow.
Patricia was, and now in this moment again, Patricia's your best friend. The rest of these, like, they're not like Klingons to the two of you, but there's like they sort of adopted you because you and Patricia were the cool ones, and they just had a lot of money and they liked collecting like the best things that they. So like your status in the group makes them cooler than just Hokrebs that like have means, whose parents like blessed them with fortune before they passed on.
So less.
All your friends but Patricia kind of suck.
Okay, and Patricia has her ticket.
Patricia has her ticket.
Patricia has her. So it's Patricia and like what, two other randos that still have their tickets, and
just one
and
other
then-
one.
okay, one other
Yeah,
rando.
yeah. Maurice. Maurice has got his ticket too.
Okay. Yeah, Virginia's gonna. What is she? She's gonna come back and she's gonna like give a little look to Patricia and maybe try and, because she doesn't know what she has she inferred what's happened, like they don't have their tickets.
You've seen it happen because they were headed in ahead of you. I mean, Patricia looks at you. You think we should just head in without them?
I mean, honestly, I do. Yes, let's just go.
Oh, but
You, me, and
please.
Maurice.
Yes. Okay.
What are they? They just make us look good, but not for very long. You
Is
know,
it-
only for
Darling, we make them look good.
darling.
Darling.
They don't even know.
They don't
Listen, I will
even
just
know.
let me just make a little smoke cloud, and then we get lost in the shuffle. They don't know what's going on,
Oh,
and
I love
then
your
we go
small
in.
clouds. Yes, you make us.
And you take Maurice. I know that you like Maurice, so we'll take him too. He still has
I
his
do
ticket,
like.
no?
I like Maurice. Did you see what he's wearing today? He's wearing that striped shell with the black and white. Oh, I love it.
I love that
I
shell.
love
yes.
it. Okay.
I already got it at on a discount, no?
Oh.
But that is neither here nor there. And then she is gonna make a little smoke cloud
Yeah.
to try and just create a little like, oh, we don't know where, you know,
For
a
sure.
story to tell later.
We can. What cantrips does Virginia have? Because you've got
I
like
feel
bonfire
like
and stuff,
she
right?
has. I know she has like. I was imagining perhaps prestidigitation.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Pressed. Yeah, absolutely. It
Okay,
can.
yeah.
Give me a stealth check with advantage with this little
Okay.
distraction.
Oh well, that was a 20, nat 20.
But Virginia, what does this look like? Is you like it's a little bit more than you intended. Is you are sort of like smoking out the entry here into the festival.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like she could. Is there anything like, because is it with a 20? Is she just super sneaky, or has the smoke? Is the smoke super smoky?
That's right. It was a stealth check, not a. The smoke is smoking for sure. I think as you sneak it,
Okay.
you've like gone into the thickest part of it. Yeah, you're right. I forgot that was not for cast. This was for stealth. As you head out, like you cut into this smoke, like you're holding. I think even I'm gonna roll for Patricia too, real quick. It's bad for Patricia. I think in the cloud, like you lose. Patricia's
bad.
like, oh wait, I must tell Maurice, and Patricia's going to like kind of snip away, and you are like you're cutting through. I'm on this nat 20 stealth check, Virginia. I mean, you realize like you could still hand your tip, but you are like you could fully get into the festival without giving a ticket if
Oh
you
my
want. You
God.
like you're going through this smoke, and you were like for the first time. I think it feels really good. Like today was also the day that you figured out your wild magic and you are now like using magic the way that you have always wanted to use it, and it is working. And like you don't know if it's that you're back in this like 18-year-old body instead of your ancient 20-year-old body, or if it is just like today's a good day and the wild magic is magicking, and it's as you move through this space though on a nat 20 stealth check, you quickly come out of that smoke to realize like still smoke on all sides of you, but in front of you is a little door with a handle.
Could she? What does it look like? Can she investigate it or
Yeah, give me, or you can
perceive it?
you can give me an investigation check or an arcana check.
Well, they're both +1, so let's go for Arcana. Oh, 20. Again, nat 20.
A nat 20 again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's on fire tonight.
Okay. Yeah. God, you're gonna learn so much right now.
Oh, cool.
Before we get to the results of your hold on, because I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
bump over to Rupert. You are going to like enter into the festival when all of a sudden there's this cloud of smoke that you like begin. You like your hobgoblin sort of tag along phrase lost. It's okay. Like you already gave him his ticket. You've got deal's the deal. You've got 1.25 cigarettes. You've got half of those mushrooms, and got a few rations. There's like some old jerky. It doesn't smell great. That the hobgoblin insisted on giving you in exchange for the ticket. The same thing, Rupert. You are trying to like find your way out of this cloud of smoke. You see a door, and nothing else surrounding you but the smoke.
Rupert's gonna take some of the mushrooms.
Amazing. You embrace the spirit of the festival, and you take some of those mushrooms. Give me a Constitution save real quick.
4.
Excellent. Track. You are headed to the poetry shop, or rather to like buy. You said to buy a book, right, for poetry. So you're headed to the bookstore. You get to the door. Closed. Of course it is. So many of these places would be closed for Quatchfest, but you do see right around the corner from like the bookstore that you know, there's a new little spot that has popped. It's just like this humble kind of like almost little hut, ceiling sloping down to the ground. You see a little door. Lights are on inside, and there is just a little sign like hanging outside of the window that says poetry and such.
But this one's just right here, and I can just punch the windows in.
Do you punch the windows in again?
No. No, I'll take the obvious breadcrumb.
Cool. Track, you go to like open the door in this little space. Dirk, you are like walking, show's about to happen. You are walking back. Your hand goes to the door of the green, like yours part of the green room. So you can grab your double neck loop before you get ready to go get out there on stage. Give me an Arcana check.
So, Robin, should we start with like our older, heavier stuff? I was thinking maybe like the Pissing Guard would be a good song, or do we do our more like emotional stuff?
Yes. I think we save the emotional stuff for like the 2/3 of the way through the set. We do all that, and then right at the end, we hit him with jump around.
Jump thy round, you mean?
Jump thy round, yes.
Arcana, that is a 18.
Okay. On an 18, Dirk, your hand goes to the knob, and in this instance, everything around you just seems to dim. The lights come down a little bit. It's easy being back, and this was a very significant moment in your life. It's easy just to go back and be like, God, maybe I can do it better this time. Like, already I feel like my path with Robin is different. I feel like things are going, maybe I can save this relationship. Maybe we can make something really new and beautiful together in a way that we hadn't before when it just fell apart. You grab it. The lights dim. As you are like opening the door to the green room and you open inside, the memories of the last couple weeks come flooding back because you are looking in on a room that is not the green room. It's the tea house. You see Makana like slaving over this little oven. That little old tortoise tea lady sitting nearby, sipping on a cup, just kind of like watching the door as you come in. You see like Rupert over in the corner, just like chewing on the curtains, just kind of like mouth up and down, just sort of like, and Dirk, as you are like,
Makana, are you all performing too?
There's another door, and Track just like kicks it in and is walking into the tea house too.
Oh shit! Are you all performing at the fest? What the fuck?
I'm here for a poetry book.
Your green room's way nicer than mine. Holy shit! Oh hey, it's that tortoise woman.
Hello, Dirk. Hello. It's so good to see you.
Are you performing too?
Oh, well, in a way, yes. I'm providing support for the performance. Cup of tea?
Oh, absolutely. I need to for the pipes, you know.
Yes,
and
yes,
Dirk is
of
gonna
course.
take one.
Oh, you step into the
This
tea house.
ottoman serves tea.
Yes. Would you like some?
That would be nice, actually. I've had a hard day.
Oh, I understand. Perhaps a bit of poetry would cheer you up.
I would actually like that a lot, thanks.
Do you want me to read one of my poems to you, Track?
Oh,
That'd be
really?
swell. That'd be like pretty
Delightful.
perfect after the day I've had.
Cool. Yeah. This one is called The Pissing Guard. If you're ready for it.
I feel emotionally ready for it.
It's from like my earlier days when I was doing like more of a like counterculture type thing, but then I went more of like I want to be like the working class. Like, have you heard of like Brute Orkstein? Like he's like very about his class and you know like where he's from in Urk. You know.
I love
but-
Brute Ornstein.
Yeah, he fucking is the man. He's the boss, you know.
He's the
Like,
boss.
That's
I mean-
what he's known for. And Dirk reads the Pissing Guard, which is, I'll read it right now.
Yeah.
Well, she walked by the guard and gave him a kiss, but he had to stand still, just needing a piss. And she rubbed her hand up where she dare. Well, he almost relieved himself right there. As she backed up noddingly toward his peg, a little bit of pee trickled down his leg. 'Twas a bad time to give him a squeezer, 'cause he gushed on out like a water geyser.
That
Oh,
was
the pissing
beautiful.
guard. It's a common curse. Don't time it well and you'll need to burst. Squeeze it in, hold on tight, it's gonna be a bloody long night. Yeah, I read it kind of normal, but it's supposed to be like really fast and like heavy, you know?
That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Dirk. Lovely to...
I gotta
wrote
pee.
that when I was like 14.
I feel that's why I feel it in my core because I am 14 now.
Hey man, that means you can write something just as
correct me
beautiful.
if I'm wrong, but I believe canonically in half orc years, that would put you right at about 18 then.
Yeah, I guess
Yes,
that makes sense in
wonderful.
some way.
Such a wonderful
Yeah.
age, yes.
14's 18 for some
Yes.
reason.
The age of consent, they say, famously.
I love this talk about consent and all that. I'm all for it, but last time I saw y'all, I think we were about to get like squashed by a giant colossus thing because we woke it up.
Without our
What
consent.
the fuck? Where the fuck are we? Why?
Virginia, you are on the other side of this door. On a nat 20 Arcana check. Has Virginia ever had that feeling before? Not the moment of a lucid dream, you know, where you realize that you're in a dream and you can control all the elements of it and, like, you know, not just you can do whatever you want, but you can make everything in the dream like conform to your will. There's that moment before, like, sometimes you go all the way into the lucid dream, sometimes you don't, but there's that moment before where you start to realize that something is going on in the dream. Like there's something unusual here, something strange. Virginia, you're having that feeling. It's washing over you in waves right now as you're like claw on the doorknob of this space, still like surrounded by your own arcane smoke. Looking at the door. I mean, for start, like I'll give you a few little investigation things too. You recognize the door. You recognize the door to the tea house. I think just like we can describe it if we want to in like smell or in, but more than anything, it is on an Arcana check that was a nat 20, you feel the energy here, the magic of this place. Watch it, like you know this feeling in your bones. You've been in this tea house. And now, being here a second time and being your awareness in this space being heightened, you realize, I think, a significance to it that you didn't before. I mean, absolutely it was odd that there was like a tea house run by somebody who seemed to have nothing to do with the boat, and at a certain point just opened a door and fucking fell out of the boat, like leaving you all there. Something was up with that. Clearly now, you're finding the same place again. Something is up with this tea house. That feeling that you're having, it's not quite a loose, but like something is going, like you're waking up into something. Does Virginia open the door?
Yes. Absolutely.
You open the door. Virginia, you're looking in the space. Dirk, you've just finished your poetry reading. Like, Helena Terrapin is giving like some polite little applause. The tea cakes are coming out of the oven. She slowly gets up to kind of pour everyone another round of tea. Rupert, you are still, for it's such a low constitution check. I am going to, like, at this point, you are like sitting down now, just sort of staring at your own paws over in the corner where you'd been gnawing on the curtain. Virginia, you see out like people that you like, you know, I think the intensity of the last couple weeks of your memories become concentrated again in this space. Like you forget completely for a moment about Quatchfest, about Patricia and Maurice out there waiting for you. This is one of the bigger adventures that you've had in your life, was what happened over the last couple weeks. You were looking at all of them again in this space. And on a nat 20 Arcana check, there is something very important going on, not necessarily like, yes, because you're in this tea house again, but because it's all of you. And there's something even on the nat 20, like I'm not gonna completely get, because it's not all a magic thing. If you got a nat 20 on Arcana and a nat 20 on Investigation, you would have blown wide open something here. But I think in this space, like whatever you're looking at, you know that all of you being together is incredibly significant. And there's a reason for it, and you're like right on the edge of it. You just can't. It's almost there, but not quite. Yeah, and all of you see Virginia like open another door into the tea house.
Hello, mes amis. Virginia kind of like looks to everyone and just she doesn't know. It's like on the tip of her crustacean mandibles, like what she's feeling. Can she gosh, I feel like this would be just a crazy place to light up her wild magic cigarette.
Absolutely. Like,
Yo,
give me...
yo, girl, is that a fucking joint? Let me hit that shit.
Yes, I will pass. Do you want to puff? Yes, we will pass it along in the space that we all share right now.
Oh,
Did
yes,
you-
That is
please help me
beautiful.
get a little hit of that too.
Absolutely,
Did you
madam.
did you really bring some halfling grass here? That's fucking sick, dude.
I don't know what this is, but I think it's a time anomaly. It's a Schrodinger's joint at this point. I don't know where we are.
Hey, fuck it, you only quatch once. Pass that thing round.
Oh my god. Okay, let's see.
Okay, so like, what the fuck is going on for real?
It's Quanch, man.
Is everyone, wait, let me ask,
but-
is Virginia just passing around the same one? Or are you starting multiple wild magic cigarettes going around?
Oh my, well, she only has 3. Okay, let's just do one.
Yeah,
do
okay,
one,
cool.
yeah.
Give me one
Track,
D100
track,
while
puff,
this is
puff,
taking
pass.
place.
Okay.
Don't
she
fuck up the
got,
rotation, bro.
Oh, wait.
What is that? 68.
Okay.
Cross your fingers.
Okay. Yeah. God, here's what I'll let you do. You can tell me, you've gotten this roll before, and because there's so many options on this wild spot, like I kind of want to explore more.
Let's do it again.
You can keep the one that you want, or you can do another one.
I'll do
I'll let you roll
one.
the D100 with advantage. You're
Okay.
being generous here in this moment with the wild magic cigarette.
72.
Yeah, let's see some. Oh, you've also gotten that one.
What? How? This is like a 1 in 2 in 100 chances.
I know it's wild. Should do it one more time. Like these are the only two
Okay,
that you've gotten.
this is ridiculous. 31.
Okay, that for sure is different. Great. Oh,
Is Rupert okay?
This is great. Rupert, Rupert, I'm gonna ask you this. You are like you've been sitting in this beautiful, just like serene grass field. A beautiful little like just crystal blue waterfall has been babbling next to you that you've been like sipping from for a little while now. And as you're sitting next to this babbling stream, you look over and you see 5 fishes just kind of like all like sitting back there like little fins on a rock, and they are all passing what looks to be like some kind of a cigarette or joint around between the 5 of them. Rupert, what do you do in this moment?
Rupert's to himself, as he's perceiving himself, is gonna just grab it and gently like, take a hit of it and like hum to himself like And to everybody else in the room, it looks like him going freaking out.
Blue bloop, man. Blue bloop.
Holy, what the fuck happened to Rupert?
Rupert's not happy. But to himself, Rupert is in heaven. Rupert's,
Yeah.
Rupert is like one with the
Fish.
one with the world.
Rupert,
Don't be a fish, yeah?
There's one of these fishes is just incredibly old looking. It's the oldest fucking fish you've ever seen. This old fish dips a little teacup like into the brook and like hands it across to you and just says like and hands you the cup.
Rupert's gonna try and talk back in the language of like
All of you are just seeing
and-
Rupert say like that out loud at the.
No, yeah, and Rupert
Oh my
Rupert
god.
is like Rupert is speaking to this fish like he's spoken this language all of his life.
Is
and
that
it sounds
is
exactly
is
like that.
Rupert speaking primordial? I didn't know Rupert spoke.
Oh,
spoke
sweetheart,
primordial. Oh my
I don't
God.
think he's speaking primordial.
I don't know. I heard someone speak it one time, and it kind of sounded like that, but it also was really scary.
It's all about the tones.
It's
like
all about the tones. I think our Herringon friend is speaking his own language right now. The tea will sober him up though if he manages
To drink, Rupert, are you trying to like drink the cup that was handed to you by the old fish?
I feel like I should have to roll for it. I don't know if I don't know.
I
If
think
can,
to success,
I don't know if I could if I wanted to.
Yeah, just give me like if you're trying to drink it, just give me a general dexterity check. So just a D20 plus your dex modifier.
18.
Okay, on an 18, there's a few
Like
little
a mouse.
spills on the way, but you manage to like get it to your lips and start sipping this water. And I think over the next couple minutes, Rupert, things are gonna get like a little more normal for you in this space.
Yeah, so like, are we dead? Did we die? Is that why we're here? Or like,
Oh,
is it like
heavens, no,
Heaven?
no, child. Well, it's an expression, really. I mean, here in Gavaria, we have
Heavens,
the
no?
Underfire.
I don't think I would be in
We're
heaven.
not in
Like-
heaven?
Are we still in hell? Is that demon mommy here somewhere? Oh my god.
Oh my, you have been having a lot of adventures since the last time I saw you.
Things got really fucked up, honestly. Like, I mean, I think last time I saw you, I told you like you're my aunt or whatever. Like, can I still call you auntie?
Oh yes, Auntie, of course, of course.
Yeah, auntie. It got real fucked up. I mean, we
Oh,
made a deal with a powerful gangster. Then we went to hell, and I fell in love with the ruler of a demonic nightclub. My heart was too pure to get into a club, and they wanted me to kill an animal to sully it, but I just couldn't do it.
heavens.
Rupert's kind of become like a best bud. Everyone's becoming really good buds. Tractor and I are gonna start a band. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
What
wonderful.
else?
I made
Am I
flame
missing anything?
strippers.
Oh, flame,
You did.
flame strippers.
Yes, they danced very sensually in
Oh.
the flame club that we went to, the fiery club. Yes, it was very nice.
Oh, was it perhaps? Did you all stop at Hot Jelly?
Oh yes, that was the name of it.
Oh yes.
I know you've been around like
when,
that.
Well, when I was a younger tortoise, I'd been known to,
I thought I saw your picture on the wall.
a girl's got to make an extra dollar every now and then,
That's
Hey,
really gross.
this party does not shame at all.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna smack Tractor. I'm gonna like flick Tractor's ear with my gross hobgoblin finger.
Ow! What the fuck?
We don't shame sex work here, all right?
Tell me.
Neither do I, but that tortoise, that ottoman taking off its clothes in front of people, dancing all sensual like, it's
Do you think
not
the
my
shell
thing.
comes off too, or is that part of
The
a?
shell
Oh.
does not come off. No.
Oh God, please.
That is only an
No, the shell
orc
doesn't.
thing.
You misunderstand. I wasn't a dancer, but I did kind of more of a kink thing on the side. We don't have to.
Oh
get into
my
it.
God, I can't even picture it.
Yo, Auntie's kind of a freak. What? This is sick.
Oh, well,
I feel like I'm gonna turn into a.
I do remember there were tally marks next to her picture.
Oh my God.
I don't know what those were
God, are they
for.
still there? I can't. Tell me, how many? Are we talking?
Oh my God, there's some on her shell too.
Oh,
Me, you see, she adjusts her like the collar of her dress a little bit to cover up the.
how embarrassing! Oh goodness.
Hey, we all do shit. It's all right.
Yeah. So,
You probably know my parents, like they're freaks too, apparently. I just thought it was normal growing up, but I guess not.
well, Dirk, what would you think if I told you I did know your parents, and McConnor, your parents, and
Gross.
well, I should say, I did not, McConnor, know your parents intimately. I should make that abundantly clear.
Thank God. Thank you
Dirk,
for really
Dirk, your
having
father
shared
and I
that.
had a night we shared a few decades back. It's not before you met your mother.
Wow, Dirk.
We don't need to.
I've heard
discuss it in
stories
detail.
about Donald, so it's all good.
Oh
I
my
mean, like
God.
there's they're pretty open, to be honest, and,
Oh my
it's
God.
actually like a really healthy
I'll
environment
tell
to
you
grow
right
up
now,
in.
I let him scratch 3 tallies in for free. So if that gives you any sort of indication, is
I mean, all right, now you're taking it a little too fucking far, but like, I get it.
Scratch.
Yeah.
Permanent.
I mean, good for you, Auntie. I guess that's why
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
on. I don't know. This is getting
Oh,
confusing
yeah.
for me.
The Ninja Turtles could never.
They played the fest. They actually played after us. They were really good.
turtles acrobatic enough to be ninjas, you say? Seems famously against their very nature.
It is. They're actually all artists.
We call that a juxtaposition,
Ah, yes.
I believe.
Wonderful. Well,
So are we dead? Are we like what's going on?
What is happening?
Because I was reliving like the worst day of my life, but then I made it like the best day of my life. So
I feel like
I mean,
her knowing our parents, because my parents are dead, and Dirk, we don't really know where your parents are. So I feel like we're all dead, and maybe your parents are too. Sorry, this might be how you find out.
well, hold on 1 minute. Just open your mouth, dear boy.
you just see Dirk's ears like start drooping.
Auntie's gonna come up to you. Let's see those. Open wider.
Gross.
Wider. Let's get into those. Let me get a look at that back. No, not dead yet. No, you're all. Well, none of you are dead, which I hope should be some comfort.
I feel like what you're gonna tell us next is gonna be bad. So maybe like when you say I hope you take comfort in that, I assume it's worse than
thing, and you assume yes that the other foot would drop. Terrible news for
like
you.
Rupert's the most composed person I know, and they're chewing on a fucking curtain right now. So what the fuck is going on?
Well, my dear boy, I wish I could tell you, but I'm afraid, while there certainly are things I can tell you, and I can tell you that you aren't, I can't tell you what you are, because if I tell you what you are, well, then I'm afraid all of us will be in perhaps a state worse than death.
Is she drunk?
Won't be at all. Oh, yes, famously all the time.
Is that what's in this tea?
Oh, no,
That's
just
my
mine,
kind of
just
woman.
mine. You're still 18. No. For God's
She's
sake.
saying she has air secrets and we cannot know them or else it'll be worse than death.
Tro, did we actually time travel? Like, did we go back in time? Or like, are we like, what's going on? Can you just, Auntie, please?
Because
Can
I
you- can
won.
you just-
I won that game, and I know it.
If you don't discover the secret for yourself, let me put it this way. There is very little I can do to help you other than offer comfort and shelter and, of course, tea. And I hope that is enough.
In
You
track
see-
shaker.
Yo, what
Stop.
the fuck,
Give me
Trent?
an athletics check. Give me an athletics check.
Stop being so fucking vague.
Oh my god.
What's the athletics?
Okay, a 9.
Okay, on a 90. Oh, God. Well, it's been several tally marks since anyone's been that rough with me. It'll settle my nerves. Listen, I understand this is all terribly frustrating, but I must impress the importance. I cannot tell you what you want to know, but that doesn't mean that you can't learn it for yourselves. And
if I'm not being too bold, I would say it's of the utmost importance that you do. Virginia, when you came in here, you had a moment where you felt it, almost. Am I wrong?
You are correct.
If I could. And you see, she sips the last little bit of tea, kind of like swirls whatever little dregs are left in the bottom, and then sets her teacup on the table and just sort of pulling back from it, gestures to all of you to look into the teacup. Anyone that does, give me a history check.
Oh, absolutely. Histoire.
Bard. Natural one.
Ooh.
Dirty
I
20.
get dizzy from the spinning water.
I got a 4.
Or what check is
9.
this again?
Histoire. History. 9.
21.
Okay, Rupert, you're starting to come out, like you're focusing in on one thing really helps as you start to come out of the like effects of the hallucinogens. You're looking in the cup, you're all looking in the cup, Makana, Rupert. Rupert, it is like hitting the same nail with a hammer again for you over and over, because as you are looking at the cup and Makana, you're looking at the cup, both of you recognize the Sears Tower. Makana, you would recognize this tower as a place in the Golden Vale, not too far from where Quatchfest is happening. Kind of a mysterious tower. It's on, like, at the edge of privately owned land owned by the Tor family. In order to get there, you usually have to have some kind of a, like, it would be difficult to get there without being stopped, and as it's like they're protected grounds, you're usually not allowed to go there unless you're some sort of like archivist or something like that, going to like help preserve it in some way or restore the tower, but usually it's not really open to the public. You recognize it, Rupert. You recognize it because it has been a theme coming back time and time again, but you see in the tea leaves the form of the Sears Tower there in the cup. I think as all of you are looking at the cup, by the time you look back up, Auntie's gone. You're just here in the like tea house. It's empty, but for the 5 of you.
Did anyone else see that she totally backwash chew into her cup?
I just see leaves. I'm a little dizzy, honestly.
Oh, I thought she was a.
Sears Tower. Ruber's still like out of it, but like is just repeating Sears Tower over and over again.
Yeah, we got one of those.
Yeah, no, I'm with him. I think well, we can't really leave here, but I think that's where we should have been going. I'm not quite sure what's going on, and it seems like Rupert's not going to be helped. But I do know that's your land, right, Rich Boy?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is my land.
That's great. If we're still in this time, can I still perform my 6th set? Because like, I'm one of the headliners for this fest, and I'm super stoked. So could we?
Yeah.
Could I maybe go play, and then we can go to the Sears Tower? I mean, you can all can be backstage and be like VIP and stuff, I think.
Fuck yeah.
If we are going back to Quatchfest, I have some unfinished business with Patricia.
Bring Patricia, bro. Like, that sounds great.
Oh, I will bring air. I'll take her everywhere with me.
By the way, your sundress with your bow on top
You
of your
like
shell,
it? Yes.
you're fucking killing it, sister.
Oh my
It's fucking great.
goodness. Dirk, you know you are the best at compliments. You can't kill a fly, but you can compliment a mademoiselle.
Oh. Well, thanks. I try. You know, my mom told me I'm the type that can fall into a pile of shit and come out smelling like roses. So I think that applies. I don't know.
I think it does. I always get a sense of sheet with roses with you.
Reminds me of home.
Virginia, in this moment, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Du-du-du. Ooh, okay. That was bad. That was a nat 1. And then a 8.
Okay. On an 8, Dirk, there's a little sparkle in Virginia's eye that you have never quite noticed before. Yeah, it's you. I think as you're looking, like they are this, like it's I. You tell me, what color are Virginia's eyes?
Virginia. Oh gosh, just
Bloodshot red.
bloodshot. Bloodshot red, but like on top of, just
Black beady pupils.
aquamarine blue.
Beautiful. So yeah, so
But they are bloodshot, yes.
yeah, like a spidery sunrise coming up over the ocean, Dirk, as you look into Virginia's so young, but also so very old eyes.
Your eyes are so gorgeous. I think you need cataract surgery though. Just a heads up.
I think so too. The clouds do not just appear after rainfall. They also appear in my eyes.
Lovely. This is taking. I think it's like you're all solidifying your plans, and this is taking place. Dirk, you're the first one to hear it, but all of you start to hear there. Like all the doors that you entered through in this place have just sort of like disappeared back into the walls of the tea house. There's one door now on the far end from the table where you are all sitting, and on the other side of that door, faint at first but growing in volume, you just begin to hear chanting, Robin and Golden, Robin and Golden. Oh no, it's Golden the Grog. It's Golden the Grog. Yeah. Golden and LeGrog. Golden.
Oh shit.
And LeGrog.
Oh shit.
Golden.
I gotta
and
fucking
LeGrog.
go.
You sound
But
like you are
see your
on.
style after. And I'm gonna like look for my double loot, and I'm like, I came
Right,
here
yeah,
for my
right
fucking
there, right
double
there,
loot.
leaning
And
against
grab
the
it,
wall
and I
next to the.
fucking
Yeah. You-
fucking hit the stage.
As
Find
you go
Robin and
to
hit the
open
fucking
the
stage.
door, all of you, I mean, you can exit right after him to sort of be side stage while this show is happening. You see, like, it's opening onto the main stage as one of the headlining acts for Quatchfest. Robin is already out there, and as you open the door, Dirk, Robin looks over at you and gives you a smile and kind of like leans over off mic. Hey, you ready to do this?
Fuck yeah, bro. I'm fucking ready.
Thank you, Quatchfest.
What's up,
We are
everyone?
Robin. Yeah, and that is where we are going to end our session.
We're gonna start with an old song. You all know the Pissing Guard.
The pissing guard.
Lovely.
My favorite.
Thanks to everyone who tuned in. We'll be back next week with another session of City of Fortunes. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.